Hello and welcome to Caltech Gaming. We're going to go ahead and do a run of Space Food Truck. I am pretty terrible at this game. I have never actually gotten anywhere with it, so we're going to go ahead and delete this game and start a new one so you can kind of see what this is about. And we're going to put it on mild and watch and laugh as I fail at it. So here we go. In this game, we're playing a crew of 4 team members on a spaceship on a quest to try to serve meals to these 3 different planets. So here we go. We start with the captain's turn, and each turn starts with a random event. So here we're going to draw an extra card. So, we have our hand of cards here, and we're going to start by playing Ask Around, and just kind of get a hint of what the events in our way might be. So we got Sure Thing, Handyman, and Technically Stealing locations revealed. Okay, we don't need a hall pass right now. Engage, we only need 1 of. So we're gonna use these other 3 cards for their power, which is their orange score here to power up our FTL drive, and jump. So we can see that there are 4 potential places I can jump. I investigated out this way. I don't know what all the events are, but I don't think any of these are bad ones from the names. So we're going to go ahead and plot our jump that way. And then click the punch it button. And each time we arrive in a new system, an event occurs. So Sure Thing, this one is telling me where an exotic ingredient can be found. Each of these events will only occur once. So we now know that the Borgia beetle is over there. Don't need a Borgia beetle for first, second, or third thing, so I'm not going to worry about it. And now I'm going to continue along the route by clicking the punch it button again. And we find a handyman who will repair us for 3 points, which I don't think we have anything that's possible to repair right now. So that wasn't useful. Josie Mac. Our engineer refills our shields, which I think were already full. Now, that was our last plotted jump. So anywhere along your jump route, you can dock your ship, which will cause a special phase to happen, new blueprints, and these are going to be the cards that we can potentially buy in the buy phase. So, I'm going to bring that one in. We do need Space Kale, and a Turnip, which we don't have. Then I'll put the Spun Silk in. You can also get rid of these cards if you want. So, I'm going to dump one of these hall passes in order to get Diplomabon in here. And set that as our supply. We don't need to do anything with this engage card, so I'm going to go to the next phase, which is our buy phase. And now we see all of those cards here. And each buy phase, you have to buy at least 1 card. We have $6, which is the total of these lower blue numbers in our hand to work with. So, I'm going to buy both of these ingredients and end my turn. And it's now the chef's turn. So his event was to add a Vexel, which is just an annoying -1 buy card. So there are some ways to get rid of those, but we will just generally accumulate as the game goes on. So our first action we're going to take is a taste test, getting us another set of things. I don't need a hall pass right now. Also didn't really need the Taste of the Future right now, because that's only, for every 2 power with this, I can play an ingredient from my hand or the pot, or discard. I can play a card from my hand or discard to the pot, which is to say, cook it, which is the goal of the whole game. Unfortunately, I do not have anything ready to do that, so we're just going to advance to the next phase. We have 6 to work with again, so we're going to buy one of these Spun Silks and end his turn. And now we're on to the Scientist. Crisis, the fork. Someone put a fork in the microwave. Scientist and engineer bravely volunteer to meet in the kitchen and defuse the situation. If they can't pull this off, the ship takes 1 damage. So, we have 12 turns to get the engineer and the scientist into the kitchen. So, we have 2 researches and a foresight card, both of which take power, and we only have 2 power to feed into it. So I'm going to feed them into the research one at a time. Now, we can see if we took this one, we would get a backtrack card. So there's 4 tracks, 1 track for each person, each crew member. You can play with 3 power to return it to any previously visited planet. That could be useful in certain circumstances, but I don't necessarily need it right now. So, I'm going to unlock a card from Chef, Flambe, and I'm going to unlock a card from the Scientist. I'm going to unlock a card from the Scientist. I could have actually done that as 1 action, or 2. And I got the Mimicube there. So each time I unlock a card, the cost goes up. There's also this mutate option, which may need to use sometimes. So the Scientist is done, and he has 5 to work with. So we're going to buy the Spun Silk and end his turn. The Vexel for the engineer. Okay. So, we can upgrade our ship because nothing is broken. Unfortunately, both our trusty wrenches are getting used right now, which is means we're going to be looking for those later when we need them. So, we'll go ahead and upgrade our FTL. And then we're going to use our hall pass. I just moved to the wrong place. I was supposed to be moving to the kitchen, and I clicked on the lab. So that was a mistake. Well, we'll buy another hall pass. And hope we can draw. As I said, I'm not very good at this game, so I expect disaster to come up relatively quickly. So, here's a bad event. We have to discard 2 power, that damage. So, done that. And now, charging for 1. Get us over to here. And this is one of the worst events, I think, because it just breaks stuff if you don't have power, which seems like I never do. Shut that ass. Alright, so we have 5 slots available, so we'll just go ahead and put everything in there. Go to our next day. Oh, can't just put this for power. Now, one of the interesting things I don't especially like about this game is that dock phase is the only way you can get resupply, which means if you don't have the cards you need in here yet, you only have once every 4 turns a chance to do that. And a lot of times you're just not going to have the right draw that would allow you to do anything. So that seems like it makes the game a lot harder. Losing a card. Gain a card with that one. So this was a really good draw. So we're going to take the cook card, which we don't actually need, but the bigger thing is it lets us destroy that Vex. So that gets it back out of our deck, which we definitely like. Cook isn't the person we actually need in here. And or discard. We have no ingredients ready. So, we're just going to continue. And because there's nothing useful for us to buy, we're going to buy leftovers. Probably going to end up with a lot of those in your deck, unless you have a way to discard or delete them. And there's several ways of doing that. Alright, so we got a bonus card with a scientist. Alright, so we are going to use our research, and just for example, I'm going to show you that I can use all 3 of these way, shape, or form I wish to. So, duct tape, take the backtrack. Okay, so this lab station is broken, so I can't actually take a captive card right now until that gets fixed. So those would... So any other cards are going to cost me 2. So I'm going to take another cook card. And then I will use my hall pass. The door's broken. Awesome. One of many, many frustrating things in this game. I'm going to give my hall pass to the engineer, because maybe he'll be able to use it. But he doesn't even have the thing to be able to use it either. So, this is another thing that happens a lot in this game. You get stuck and unable to access the doors you need to. Very frustrating. So here we have a handful of power, an upgrade we can only use 1 on, and a hall pass, which we can't use. So now we have to wait until he draws that wrench, because he can't even use this upgrade in here because he has to get to the workshop. This is just terrible. And we can't just hand the hall pass back to the scientist, because that's prohibited in this game. So, that was a completely worthless turn. Yeah. So, we're going to buy the Claw of Duty. Their turn. Just got hit with a meteoroid. So, alright, we're going to engage for one. Nico, technically stealing. Otherwise, that is all units. So we're gonna go around it this way. Yeah, so one of the things I don't like is that your dock phase only comes up when you move. That just... it doesn't feel like it works right. Okay. So now, we got the ingredients that we're looking for. So there's one dark turnip. We actually need a lot more than that, so discard something we don't need. Discard that. And that. In order to... we actually don't need the anti-pepper. And use space kill. We'll get that in. Turn up. And we'll bring in the anti-pepper because it's useful and cheap. Okay. Then we're going to use our hall pass to take us to the kitchen. And then I will give Chef space cake. And then we'll go to our buy phase. And we'll buy one of these dark turnips. So it's now the chef's turn. And we broke that door too. So, I mean, this is just going terribly. Because now our captain's stuck, our chef's... this game is really, really frustrating. Draw the cook, because I can actually use it this turn. And discard the Face to the Future. There we go. We're halfway to completing our first goal. And the rest of these don't do anything. So... have him buy the dark turnip and the space kale. And turn. And the scientist. Okay. Yeah, the door's broken. Oh no. So we have research, Minikube, foresight. We'll use our Minikube. We're going to look through and see whose card do we want this to behave as. Fried fructose isn't bad. Let me destroy one player's non-job card. So, just looking here for what card. 3 free repair points. That's a job card though. Call of Duty. Yeah. Guess we're gonna take the fried Fructose. No real reason, just useful card. So, I'm gonna go ahead and use the 6 points of power for research. And both of these lines are broken, so we're gonna go ahead and take a 2 and 3, and we'll mutate a card. There's the leftovers we could do. We're gonna increase the power on those leftovers. Alright, we'll go on to our buy phase. And we have 7, so either Diplomat, Shields. We're gonna take Diplomat. Alright, so duct tape. We need to fix all 3 of these doors first. Pull one card from your discard and nothing in our discard. What is this? So we're gonna upgrade the ship. Here's the shields. And these are hall pass. Go to the kitchen. Level 5 the anti-pepper. If someone's draw is busted, only draw 4 cards. Because the engineer, it looks like. That's going to make it harder to repair all of these broken things. So we're going to give turnip to engineer. I'm also gonna try one give one okay. We'll do our ask around. Gain a little more knowledge of what's coming up. And we'll engage again. Go back here. And as we said, you notice when we docked ship that time, we did not get a refresh. So that's potentially another way you could block yourself out of locations you need to go to, I guess, if you really visited every planet in the galaxy. I don't know. It just seems like a non-ideal position. Alright, let's run to the ship. Crisis, slippery slope, unexpected engine turbulence. It's a slippery lawsuit. Rather than getting rock, paper, scissors, captain engineer decide against good fortune. So, Shuffle one card from any player's hand. Oh. Anybody got a Vexen? That's a really nice feature that you can just kind of scroll over these guys to see their hand. I definitely like that element of the design. Yeah, and we have no use for that, or the hall pass. Can get another dark turnip in after that. So we're gonna put 4 in there. We don't need him anywhere. So give all pass to engineer. We already had 2, but we'll give him another one. Why not? Then we're on to the scientist's turn. I have to discard 3 power to dodge. Fortunately, we have that. Failed that crisis. So we can use the power bot to just resolve that crisis, which is nice. And then we have the research. Fortunately, we can't unlock that still. We can't mutate, so yeah, we actually can't do any research. Meaning that's another useless turn. Almost out of shields, which means we start taking hull damage after that, which is how you lose the game. So, trusty wrench. That's what we need. Right there. 3. 1, 4th one in. 2, 4. Okay. We don't need that upgrade right now, so I'm going to put it into repairs, and we're going to fix my draw, and we're going to fix the captain. Okay, let's fix leftovers. The captain. Aggressive sludge. 3 power. Oh, this is going to be an exciting turn, isn't it? Don't need to move anywhere. So, engage. Get this hall pass. So, we were already in the correct place to complete that one, which was built. So our next set of movement is going to try to get us down to that one. Although somewhere we need to find mammoth eggs before them, which I don't think we've seen. I believe we've only seen the beetles. So breakthrough, that's quite nice. And we have slots for all of these, so just take them all. Look at our map. That's a beetle. I think this was a beetle. So somewhere in here we've got to find that other ingredient. Or leftovers. 2 power to dodge. I don't have anything I'm gonna be able to cook this turn, so discard those. This one, not that it matters. I'm gonna go ahead and destroy that one, because it just slows that deck down. And since I really have no use for it, I'm gonna give it to the engineer, because maybe he'll have a use for it, but we don't. We'll buy the Lost Silk. Another broken door, and of course it's the one that's in the way. Cost reduction of 2. So we can take that in either of these. So we'll take it on this one. Here's a Minikube. 2, 3, 1 there. 2, 3. I'm gonna make it the Space Silk. Big research round. That's 1. I got 3 left. There. Vexel. Alright, Wrench. We got this. So, I'm gonna fix our kitchen door, fix that. 2 points for shield. 1. Done. Leftovers, move on. Captain's turn. It's the computer again. Okay, alright. I'm going to use Gauge. So we can go there. What that is. Here for French fried fuel. Need. Mark 1 off. I think that'll tell us where something is. Hope maybe we can find it there. Great white truffle. We will need that for a third one, which is unfortunate because it's on the other side of the galaxy. Now, typically there are multiple instances of the rare ingredients through. Okay. Handyman. Uh-oh. So tell us what was there. Oh, I should have docked it. Yeah, I need to learn how to play this game better. Alright, well. Also, Beetle. I don't think any of these are worth replacing what I already have for them, so we'll resupply like that. Okay, space jump. Till it's fixed, we lose 1 HP every 4 jumps. That's not great. Absolutely useless. We had a hand where we could have drawn 3 ingredients from discards. No one had them in discard. I mean, that, again, just a frustrating design. So we're just going to buy the most expensive thing as we can. Reduced by 2, so I'm gonna reduce the so you can't actually reduce it below 1 apparently, so we just lost the point there because I didn't know that. His orders, which is good. Oh, interesting. Maybe it just didn't go up by 1? Oh, these are 4 sites. That's. I'm not actually getting those cards. Another broken door. And we can pull any card from our discard. And there's nothing in our discard. I should have actually given that to the chef or something. I was thinking about it, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm gonna lose this game relatively shortly anyway. There goes our shields. So now we're gonna start taking hull damage. Yeah, that's 4 this way. none of this. And this handyman is fun too. Like, the galaxy design makes it hard to move around too. And that's frustrating. Fuel, which is what we need. Alright. That's the end of my patience for this run. So we're gonna go ahead and cut it there and say that Space Food Truck again managed to get me to rage quit because I'm just done with this. So that's that.